I'm Katie from The Feather Place, and today we are doing our second Fifi video, which is for your feather information. Today we're here in the warehouse, and what we wanted to do is talk to you all about ostrich bouquets or ostrich centerpieces and how to figure out what size that you need and how you know what size you're going to get based off of the codes you're looking at when you're on the internet. Now everybody is doing these ostrich palms or these centerpieces. They're very popular right now. People see them at parties, but then they go to shop for the materials and they have no idea what they're looking for exactly. So basically, ostrich is broke down into 4 categories as far as feathers that are usable for doing the palms with. The first category, which is the drabs, is the most popular, mainly for 2 reasons: because of the variety of colors, which you can get these in over 30 different colors, and then also they're affordable compared to some of the other options that there are. So at the Feather Place, you're going to find codes such as OP9, OP12s, OP15s, OP19s, and that's basically these 4 different sizes that you see right here. So for example, this one is our OP9, which means you're going to have a variety of sizes of plumes inside the packages from 4 inches up to 8 inches. So I want you to kind of think about that and visualize. You have 8 inches or 4 inches worth of feather doubled going both sides. So that's going to give you somewhere between about 10 inches and 16 inches worth of feather or ball size. The reason why you get that is because you also have your 2 inches worth of star filaments in the center, so you get to play off that a little bit. So OP9s is going to get you a centerpiece about this big. It's going to vary a little bit depending on what angle that you put your feathers into the star foam, of course, but this is pretty symmetrically round. I would say this is very close to what you're going to get off of any of them. The next one that we're looking at here is the OP12. So the plumes that come inside of this one are going to range between 8 and 12 inches long. So again, you're going to double that size and add a couple inches in for the star foam in the center. But now you have to consider that the feather's getting longer and the quill gets softer and you start to get a little bit more droop happening. I don't know if you can kind of see it or not, but these are a little more stiff. They're holding their shape more, and now you're starting to get a little bit more droop. So I always just like to take about 1 inch or so off of that, because then I'm losing it, because of it falling. But that look is so pretty when you start getting the droopiness that's going to happen from off the centerpieces from it. The next one we have is the OP15. We've done videos on how to put these together, and we actually use this as an example on some of the other videos that we've already made. So again, you're going to get plumes that are going to be about 13 to 16 inches long. Double that, add a little bit more in for the star foam, and then consider that you're going to have more droop because you're starting to see more and more droop happening as it goes. The last of the sizes of the OP is the 19, which is on the drab still, and you get a lot more droop on this one, but it's really grand in size. You're going to get plumes that are at least 17 inches long, and they go up. I've seen them way over 20 inches long in this category sometimes. So again, you're going to double that, add a little bit in for the star foam, and consider that you're going to lose some for the droop. Okay, now the second category that we want to talk about, which happens to be my favorite, is the ostrich tails. Now I'm going to pull one of these out just to show you. It's a little bit different than the other quills that you get off of the ostrich itself. If you'll notice, there's not any flue, which is the hairy part, toward the end. It's not a problem though, because within these packages they have more pieces of feathers, so you don't even see a gap or anything. You don't have to worry about that. But it may seem strange to you when you see it and you don't see that down in there, but it's okay. These come in a range of sizes between 16 and 18 inches long. And again, this one's my favorite because it has such good draping and drooping qualities to it. Just like on the drab, you're going to double the size of the feather to get your diameter, about how much you're going to hit, and then take some away because you have the droop. Now on this particular category though, it does only come in white and black. Now the third category of ostrich that we're going to talk about is femina or wings. They are the most expensive one, but they are also the highest end plume that you can get off of the ostrich itself. These are going to make the most impressive looking pieces. They're going to have the most droop quality out of all of the plumes that come off the ostrich. But the Feather Place does them in two different sizes. They do two codes, one code that's called an OP25 and another code that's called an OP30. So we're going to talk about the 25 first. It comes into the feathers, they come in a length of 17 inches up to, I think it's 24 or 25 inches. And so again, just like on all the other ones, you're going to double it on how much diameter you have. And then you're going to have to subtract quite a bit because you have a ton of droop quality. You can see how they fall. Now, you can manipulate that a lot too by how you're going to put the quill into the styrofoam. Like some people on this kind of feather, they like the palm to come up more. And so they may want a shape that's like a little bit more up and down, like a palm normally. I have this one made where it's more like a ballish, just so that you can see the consistency between the other ones that are here. Now this one right here is the longest one, like we talked about before. It's the OP30. The dimensions on it, or the length of the feathers, are going to be about 24 inches up to, and I've seen some go over 30 inches. Again, tons of droop, and you know, you're going to lose a little bit on that. You're going to figure it exactly the same way, double the length of the feathers. Again, you could do this one going up more, or you can do it the ball shape like what we did on the others. But in the end, you should be able to get something around 40 inches wide. Maybe a little bit more, just depending, but sometimes when they get really long, you get more droop. So it's more elegant looking, but just think about that in the end. Okay, for our last category, number 4, is the spad. Now, the spad is also a wing feather. It's the longest feathers on the bird. Surface or the texture of the feather is just a little bit different. It's brittle on the ends, it's dry. Sometimes it's very wispy looking. I'm trying to find a good example. These are all pretty good actually, but you can see one up here at the top. It's dry. Sometimes the end is a little bit longer, but these are the most economical feathers that you can get as far as the long length of the plumes go. But you don't have nearly as much drooping or draping from them. You'll get some farther back in the feather where it's wider, but the end of the feather is worn down and gone, whereas you would have it still on the femina. So what you're going to get from the spad is no more drooping or draping. So when you have a feather, I'm going to pull one out here just to show you, you're going to get true length. You don't really lose any. So if your feather is going to measure 20, 24, sometimes they get even longer than that, but generally they're 18 to 24 inches long, you're going to get true length of that plus some. So you could get anywhere from 40 to 50 inches wide on one of these arrangements. Again, if you're going for size, this would be the best one for you. But if you're going for classy look, then the femina is going to be better for you. So again, if I did not answer any questions that you might have, feel free to contact us online at featherplace.com, or you can give us a call. The salespeople are extremely knowledgeable and should be able to answer any questions that you might have. And as a reminder too, we do custom colors, so if you have plenty of time before your event, just send us a sample of something and we could do that up for you too. But most of the feather categories that we have, we do 20 to 30 different colors of anyway, so you're probably going to come pretty close to whatever you might need. We'll see you next time. Thank you.